Ensuring everyone has a chance at a long and healthy life, being able to tackle the underlying causes of poor health and disease risk is one of the goals of the National Public Health Week. Coming up on Polk Place, we will talk with the Florida Department of Health in Polk County. Make sure you stick around. Hello and welcome to Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio from the Florida Department of Health in Polk County, she is a public information officer. Her name is Pamela Acosta Torres. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Doing great. Seems like you were just in here recently.
It was very, very recent.
Yeah. Getting to be a fixture for us, aren't you?
I'm loving it.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about National Public Health Week. Where did National Public Health Week start? And then how will we be celebrating it throughout Polk County?
Well, I'm not sure we have time for a history of National Public Health Week.
Okay, give me the Reader's Digest version.
But National Public Health Week, of course, is just a time we want to remember everything that's been accomplished through public health, and then also recognize our public health staff. So we run a public health agency and we do a lot of work in our community. So today we wanted to share with the community different services we offer and how we serve our community.
For the Florida Department of Health in Polk County, there are so many services you provide, but for this week in and of itself, there are three specific underlying areas that you'll be working with. Talk about each area, then we'll touch on each one a little bit further in depth.
Yeah, so you can categorize our services into kind of three broad categories. First, it's individual health services. So that's going to be one person looking at their health. Then we have our environmental health services. The environment can have a big impact on our health, so we have some services in that area. And then last is our community services. So that's going to look at our community as a whole, provide services to everyone.
So on our individual health, what are some of the programs that you provide that fall under that individual health?
So we have our adult health. It's going to be, adults meeting with a doctor, managing chronic diseases. We have our dental health, which is for pediatric and adult patients. And then we have specialized programs that treat diseases such as HIV, hepatitis, tuberculosis, and sexually transmitted diseases. We also have our preventative programs, which are going to be immunizations, preventing, getting certain diseases or getting severely ill with certain diseases, and family planning. And then last in that category would be WIC, which a lot of people know about, providing nutritional assistance and education to women, infants, and children up to age 5.
Now, the one that really surprises me is the second of the category, and that's environmental health. And when you think about the things that you guys provide, you go, yeah, I guess I do provide environmental. Talk about the specifics of environmental health.
So, part of what we do has to do with protecting humans, our community, from the environment around them. And that kind of falls also into three broad categories. We have our epidemiology department that does monitoring and investigation of contagious diseases, whether they're waterborne, foodborne, mosquito-borne, or other diseases. And they also do lead poisoning investigation. And then there's community health services, environmental community health services, and they're going to ensure the health and safety of our group settings, migrant labor camps, public and private schools, RV and mobile home parks, that sort of, those sorts of locations. And then lastly, we have our environmental mitigation programs, and they're going to do things like petroleum spill cleanup. They're going to do storage tank regulation of tanks that have potentially harmful substances and things like that.
Yeah, the mosquito control is, with the county having their mosquito control, you guys are working hand in hand with that, and that is an amazing program in and of itself. So one of the last things we want to talk about is services to the community. Now, given the recent pandemic, that's something that we all know about. Talk about those services to the community.
So when we talk about services to the community as a whole, that's going to be things like disaster prevention and preparedness. So our hurricane shelters, we man the shelters for special needs, people that need a little extra level of care, and we make sure that there's people in those shelters that are going to be able to provide a little extra care than someone in a normal shelter would. We know they have a medical condition or something like that. And then that also includes community health assessment and planning. So that division, they monitor the statistics, our chronic diseases, which areas are being most impacted by certain diseases, whether it's a minority area or a certain area of the county. And then they also plan on how we can improve that, those statistics, how we can help that group of people. And that also includes school health. So we have nurses that go into our schools, check on our kids, making sure that they're healthy and just have certain screenings.
And with hurricane season just around the corner, it's never too early to look into the information that you need, especially if you're going to need a special needs shelter.
That's exactly right, yeah. Reach out, sign up for Polk Alert, and then you'll know when the shelters are opening and which shelter is best for you and what to bring to your shelter, all of that. Definitely make a plan as soon as you can.
You know, they say the devil is in the details, and well, preparation for this week is ongoing now. We barely caught you to get in today. Talk about some of the things and the different places that you guys will be celebrating this.
So we want to make this week very special for our staff. They've been working very hard the last few years, and not only with the pandemic, but with their everyday jobs. And many of our staff have had to take on extra responsibilities. So we're going to be doing kind of a tour of our locations to celebrate with each of our staff groups. And we have a little surprises with them. We'll be putting out a video of another surprise we have later this week. So definitely look for it on our Twitter page.
Last but not least, National Public Health Week is just 1 week of which we recognize but should be celebrated all 52 weeks of the year. State the obvious, have the people get involved with you guys, you know, catching things early. You guys provide a wonderful service. State the obvious of what you guys do and why it's so important to this community and recognizing this week.
So if you need any of the services that I did mention, you can give us a call. That's 863-519-7900, and we can give you more information, or you can go to our website. That's polk.floridahealth.gov, and you can find out more information about the specific programs. We also have many outreach programs within those services. So if you're holding a community fair, if your church is having an event, your community's having an event, give us a call. We'd be happy to come out, put up a booth, and inform the community of different diseases and how we can prevent them.
Pamela, it's always a pleasure having you come in and inform the community and actually educating me. So hope to see you next month, and come back and see me, will you please?
Thanks, Brian.
In celebration of National Public Health Week 2022, the Florida Department of Health in Polk County wants to remind Polk residents of a wide variety of services they offer in our community. Their services can be placed into 3 broad categories: services to an individual's health, environmental services, and services to our community. Individual health services are important because the health of the community stems from the health of the individuals. The environment we live in have a vast impact on our health, making environmental health the second category of the services they offer. And lastly, community services are important because they serve the community as a whole. Now, if you need more information, you can give them a call, 863-519-7900, or look them up on the web at polk.floridahealth.gov.